Hello everyone, today I'm delighted to have Ario with us, your content creator with your own YouTube channel where you share insights about life in Japan, although you're originally from London.
Well, hey.
Yeah, hey, you've been living here for considerable time. How many years actually?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Ario, it's fantastic to have you here. Thank you. Are you ready for my question?
Yeah, of course, man.
Okay. What inspired your choice to live in Kyoto? Because I know you chose to live in Kyoto, nowhere else in Japan.
Cool. Well, that's a great question. So I came here on holiday, right? And Kyoto is, as you know, full of a lot of traditional buildings and a lot of culture, similar to London. It's got a nice river, Riverside, which reminds me of the Thames where I live. And I like the vibe. It's quiet and it's near Osaka, which is a big party city, I think. So if I want to go over to have some exciting times, I can go over there too. But I like living in the peace and quiet of Kyoto.
I love Kyoto too. Okay. Ario,
Yo.
which customs in Japan pose the most significant challenge for you to adapt to, and how did you overcome them?
So I don't know if it's a custom or not, but the whole point of, I don't know, not being an individual, not saying not being an individual, thinking more as a group, that kind of thing is pretty hard. If that you can consider that a custom. And I have not actually got used to it. I understand it, but sometimes I think the individual in me wants to shine through. Not to say that I don't care about groups or everyone's well-being, but I don't know. I still end up being a little bit selfish sometimes.
Are there any customs or tradition you still find it difficult to adapt to after living in Japan?
It's just more a language thing. The whole keigo situation, it doesn't really, I haven't really mastered it. I haven't learned it. It's not part of, I don't have it in British culture. I mean, I understand it, but I don't think that anyone who's older than me is actually superior to me, and I won't treat them in such a way. I do respect the people who are older, but I'm not like, you know, just because you're older that you are the boss kind of thing, if you know what I mean.
During your time in Japan, have your values or beliefs changed in any significant way?
Oh, that's also a good question. I think I've learned to see the beauty in small things and stuff like the area that you live in, the country that you live in, to visit things that are local.
Yeah.
Because in England, I didn't do that and I regret doing that. So a lot of people in Japan do staycations and visit things in the area. So that's something that I've learned. Also, things like before, for example, tea ceremony. Before, that kind of thing was really boring for me. But now that I understand the significance of it's not just the action, it's what you feel through going through it and what you learn. Like the meditative part of it, the Zen part of it, I've really learned to experience that. So it's kind of changed me as an individual.
Does it mean you're actually practicing tea ceremony?
No, I don't practice tea ceremony, but I do Kyudo, which is Japanese archery.
Right? Oh,
and
amazing.
Even though it's more than firing a target, you learn like a lot about yourself through the way.
So given your height, 6'2", have you faced challenges finding clothes and shoes that fit in Japan?
When it comes to shoes, yes, challenges. Like I can only get the shoes that they may have in 30 centimeters. So, which is, I think, size 11 or 12, depending US, UK. Finding clothes that fit, I just have to go one size up. So what I'm wearing now is an extra large from Uniqlo. Shout out Uniqlo. Apart from that, it's hard to find clothes though. Like I always wear short sleeves because long sleeves come up to here kind of thing.
Oh,
so yeah, it's not just to show off the guns,
as someone who experiences onsen, do you find comfort in being naked in public bath? And what advice do you give to those new to this experience?
Okay, so going into a public bath is fine and no problem being naked in front of people.
From the beginning?
Well, now, yeah. In the beginning, I was like, oh, but this is the way it was. So I just went in there trying to kind of hide my bits and pieces. But now I don't care. But when I was initially, I remember we did like this, and it's going to sound strange, but we did this English camp and it was us and a bunch of kids, and it's like, okay, you go and bath with the kids, and it's like, it sounds weird, but it's like, I was like, oh my god, but no one cares. But I was thinking, oh, people are gonna care, and the kids are gonna be like laughing and stuff, but no one gave a damn. Just like, go and have your shower.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
yeah,
Okay.
it's just a part of the way.
So what advice do you give to those new to this experience?
Yeah, just learn what you have to do and accept that no one's really looking at you. Like, no one cares about your bits and pieces. Just enjoy, but follow the rules, because a lot of people making mistakes and wearing their swimming costumes into the onsen and stuff like that. So it's not really cool.
You know, your children come from diverse backgrounds.
Oh, do they?
How do you nurture their identity? Do you encourage them to embrace their multiple cultural heritages?
Well, yeah, I mean, the way to embrace it is just to see their grandparents and talk to their grandparents and stuff like that. And being from the UK and also being from Nigeria, it's hard. We haven't got a chance to go to Nigeria, but they've got to have the chance to see the food, go to Nigerian weddings, my brother's wedding, and and that's about it. But I'm just trying to keep it natural, and also books and stories about African, like Anansi the Spider and stuff like that, and just reading African tales to get them in their roots.
That's interesting, because you're actually born and bred in London.
That's right. I was born and bred in London.
So, but their identity is kind of half Japanese, half Nigerian, rather than half British, half Japanese.
That's right. But at the same time, if I was going to take them to my house, it would be in London. So, it's like ethnically, they're going to be Nigerian, Japanese, right? But if it's like, oh, where's your dad from? Oh, he's from London. So it's kind of something I've thought about sometimes. A bit weird, right? But what is identity at the end of the day?
Well, I mean, what do they think they are?
They think they are British, Nigerian, Japanese.
British, Nigerian, Japanese.
Yeah, but ethnically they're not. Ethnically they're not British, but they get a lot of their British insights from me. You know?
Okay. Lastly, besides the challenges, what do you find most rewarding about living in Japan?
I mean, the best thing about living in Japan, I'd say, is just being safe and having peace and peace of mind, which, it's not to say you don't get it in the UK, but I've had it for, a long time here. The best thing about being in Japan as well, the thing that helped, is me teaching Japanese people about cool places I know in Kyoto and stuff like that. Yeah. And so I take some of my students that I teach English to now and again. Actually, next week we're going to go somewhere, and I'm going to take them and show them places they don't know about their own country and stuff. So learning things about Japan and sharing it with other Japanese people who may not know those things, just because they're local and they don't, they take things for granted, as we did in the UK. Yeah. So that's kind of that's nice. And the most rewarding thing about being here, because I'm a teacher, is just seeing students come out of their shell and learn English, and then maybe go to the UK or go to the UK and become a ballerina, which some of my students did, or go to abroad and become a football player or stuff like that. So that's kind of the rewarding parts of the job, which is part of me being here.
Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for your time, and see you in the hood and in London.
See me in the hood.
Yay! Ciao. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.